everyone for joining today. I'm Beatrice Lam, the Field Marketing Manager for Brandable MSP APAC. I'm very excited today to talk about marketing for BC MSPs. Just a little bit about myself. I've been with Brandable MSP for almost 2 years now. And prior to that, I briefly worked at an ISV. And before that, I spent a couple of years working at an IT distribution company. And I also spent a brief while doing some marketing consultancy work for an architecture startup in Melbourne. So I do understand some of the challenges that a small business owners may face. Now let's take a look at the agenda. And at this point, I'm going to switch off the camera because it is slightly distracting for me, but I'll switch it back on when we go through the Q&A. So please bear with me as I share my screen now. Great. So what's in store for the next 30 minutes? First, I will spend a few minutes going through the B2B marketing trends. Then I will share some tips and campaigns ideas that you can implement quickly. And lastly, I'll go over the resources available at Brandable MSP and take any questions that you may have. So if you do want to ask a question, please use the Q&A panel and submit the questions. My aim here today is to get you motivated to put some sort of process in place to start promoting your business. As you listen, I just need you to pick the one thing that stands out to you and just go do it tomorrow. B2B marketing trends. So what I've done here is picking the 5 most common trends I've read recently. First, artificial intelligence. While this is still in its early stage, companies are starting to use AI-powered marketing to get better insights, faster analysis, and streamlining routine tasks. You can see the implementation of AI in several areas. AI-enhanced media buys. Most pay-per-click ad campaigns are managed by either in-house teams or a PPC agency. There is marketing software that provides autonomous media buying, where the AI manages and optimizes pay ad campaigns. This will be handy if you run a pretty big PPC campaign. Personalizing the digital experience. AI can help you enhance your visitor experience with intelligent personalization on your website. For example, your blog visitors could see the most relevant content and offers based on their location and browsing history. Next, we have content creation chatbots. I'm sure everyone here has used it before, and some of you have it on your website too, which is awesome. These chatbots can provide advice to your prospects in the research phase. So when you think about it, it is another form of content marketing. For those who are already implementing this on your website, a quick tip here is to think about ways that you can use your chatbots to take your customer chat to the next level with personalized content marketing and not just use it purely for customer service interactions. Second, content marketing. According to a survey, 89% of the respondents reported higher quality leads through content marketing versus other forms of marketing. This makes sense when you look at the current B2B buying habit. 68% spend the journey digitally before speaking with a salesperson. So having relevant content really helps. I'll cover more tips relating to content creation in the next part of the presentation. Third, semantic search. Semantic search uses the intent, query context, and the relationship between words to produce the most accurate search results. This is because, as humans, we do not always search by using the same words. Semantic search is the way Google's smart algorithm can take your apparently random search query and get exactly what you were searching for. And an interesting to note is that search in 2020 was far more conversational than it has ever been before. That's why search engines have to adapt to this way of searching. A quick tip here is to start optimizing for topics instead of only optimizing for single keywords. Again, I'll cover a bit more later on this. Fourth, omnichannel marketing. So don't confuse omnichannel marketing with multi-channel marketing. Multi-channel marketing makes all channels available to a consumer, but not necessarily in an integrated manner. Omnichannel marketing connects customers across all channels. One example would be when your prospect open their emails, they have quality newsletter from your brand, and when they go into the LinkedIn feed, they can see your branded content. And they also come across your advertisement on their browser and website that they visit. It is this omnipresence that makes them think of your brand first, should they encounter a problem or need in your area of expertise further down the track. Fifth, personalization. Personalization can and should happen across all channels. Truly sophisticated marketing automation system can personalize content for different members of a B2B buying group. So a managing director will see slightly different, but still complementary message than what a marketing manager like myself will see. Persona thinking can help you win more business. So here are the 5 trends. And before I get into the practical tips, I want to spend a few minutes talking about persona thinking and the B2B buying trends. So what you see on the screen here is a report published by TechTarget. From their research, they identified that on average, there are 7 stakeholders involved in a B2B tech purchasing decision. And 65% of IT staff indicating that the decision-making responsibilities have extended beyond the specific title. Let's take a look at where members of a typical security buying team might come from in an organization. As you can see, it is incredibly diverse. While security professionals are the most prevailing members of the buying team, they only represent 24% of the titles involved. So the key thing here is to adapt your marketing and sales process. There's no one size fits all. Otherwise, you'll fall into the trap of targeting too broadly or fail to prioritize activity properly in your funnel and pipeline. As I mentioned before, B2B buyers are spending 68% of their journey digitally before speaking with a salesperson, and an even higher percentage of them, 71%, reaching vendor selection after a digital-only journey. And also, who says shopping will be easy? 77% of B2B buyers say that their latest purchase was very complex or difficult. The advisory from Gartner put this quite nicely. As hard as it has become to sell in today's world, it has become that much more difficult to buy. So at this point, we've covered the B2B marketing trends and also highlighted the importance of persona thinking and B2B buying journey. In the next section of the presentation, I'll go through some practical tips and small tweaks you can do for quick wins. So as I showed you before, the single biggest challenge of selling today is not selling. It is actually our customers struggle to buy. So how do you make it easy for B2B buyers to buy and get more leads for your business? We've put together 5 steps for you. Now let's go for the first one. Step 1, fine-tune your website. You need to treat your website as a virtual salesperson and not just a shop front. Does your website have buying and service plans, buying guides, onboarding process, comparison tables, case studies, original content, FAQs, clear call to action, and scheduling tools? Remember, as I pointed out earlier, more than half of B2B buyers spend a significant amount of time digitally before they talk to you. This is why you need to remove any barriers to your prospects' online experience and use your website as a way to create a self-guided buying experience for your prospects. Here are 3 small tweaks you can easily make. First, consider adding more gated content to your website. We've got some great content that you can use and share. I'll cover that with you in the next section of the presentation. Next, specify who you work with. It is human nature to want to feel exclusive because this makes them feel more important. I did notice a lot of the MSP website only put we help SMBs across all industry. You can consider adding phrases like, we only work with SMBs who want to improve efficiency and grow the business, etc. By doing this, it will make your brand look more personal and desirable to work with. And lastly, have clear call to action. So here are a few examples of clear call to action. So on the left here, this company personalized their contact page with the names and faces of the support team. This helped users feel like they're connecting with real people, not just a faceless brand. They also ask if users are a current customer, which lets them provide better service. And on the right-hand side here, this company shows you exactly what will happen after you fill in a form. By personalizing your call to actions and showing them what to expect after filling out a form, this may help you get more form views and leads. Step 2, touch up your SEO or invest in SEM. As I mentioned before, 71% of B2B buyers make a decision after a digital-only journey. This is one reason why you need to touch up your SEO consistently and invest in SEM if you have the budget for it. So what is the difference between the two? SEO means using organic strategies to appear in search results, while SEM uses paid methods to appear in search results. For example, your PPC campaigns. SEO is without a doubt the most cost-effective channel for businesses. It helps maintain your brand equity, helps inform product and sales. Search behavior can provide the data you need to understand market drivers and pivot in real time. And it also adds value by providing a model for continuous digital improvement of the online experience for your potential customers. So why is SEO so important? Well, simply, if your page does not rank high in search results, it makes it harder for your prospects to find you, and therefore less leads for your pipeline. As shown on the graph on the right, there is a sharp click-through rate drop-off starting on the second page. Fortunately, here's one small tweak you can do. You can start by re-optimizing your existing page, blogs, and content. This way, you can keep the existing URL structure, internal and external links, and with little effort, get your page ranked higher on Google. The logic behind this is because content decays over time. Some of your older content may carry long-term value, and search intent evolves over time. So I'm not going to go through the step-by-steps here, otherwise this webinar will take too long. What I've done here is include several links for you to read. First is on-page optimization in SEO. Just to quickly point out for those who are not aware, there are 3 types of SEO. First is on-page SEO, which means your keyword research and content creation. Second is your off-page SEO, and that means your links building. And then there is technical SEO, which involves the improvement of your website. For example, your website speed, whether it is mobile friendly or not, etc. And we have 5 hacks to enhance your organic click-through rate. And the article is about how to search engine optimize your blog content. So if you have a blog and haven't gone back to optimize for a while, it would be a good place to start. Step 3, create original and thought leadership content. Thought leadership content include blogs, posts, contributed bylines, webinar videos, etc. This is very important because it helps you build trust with your prospects. Here are some easy ways to create original content. A good place to start is by serving your own customer, and then you can create a report or infographic and then share with your prospects. Next, we use our Brandable Content, which I'll show you more later. Host your own webinars. You can even ask our sales engineer to present along with you. And consider publishing articles on LinkedIn. Here's another link for you to read. This gentleman shared some insights that he learned after publishing 50 articles on LinkedIn. Remember, thought leadership builds trust, and by doing this, it helps you de-risk the buying process for your prospects. Just a bit more on content marketing. In a survey, 82% of people would rather read an article based on data than they would the writer's opinion. So some of you may have seen our emails. We often share the latest industry stats and news, so you can always copy those and make it end user friendly for your own campaigns. On the right-hand side here, just want to point out on average, marketers are creating content for 3 segments, something to consider if you haven't done so. So how much content do I need? You need a balance of both outbound and inbound. Outbound means reaching out to your prospect, and that includes email, calling, mail, and social media. Inbound means your customer and prospect reaching out to you, and that involves organic or paid search, online listing, etc. If you're really busy, just pick the one thing that will give you the most value and work your way down the track to include a mixture of the two. Also, here are some things to think about. Do you want all the leads or only the best quality? Should you put all your content behind a gated page? Well, it is best to have a balance between gated content and public-facing resources. And if you do want better quality leads, you may want to add more user-defined fields to collect more data. Step 4, structure your data for better targeting. We have never had greater visibility into buyers' behavior. So how do you structure all this data and put them into good use? Fortunately, there are marketing platforms that can help you with that. In terms of emails, MailChimp is a popular entry-level tool, along with Campaign Monitor that allows for more automation and segmentation. An active campaign that acts as a full CRM offering extensive segmentation, personalized journey, and fully automated campaign management. Then you have other platforms to manage your social media, SEO, and paid ads. If you don't have an internal marketing resource, I do recommend you outsource it to an agency. If you have the budget, obviously try to invest in a headcount, or if you are really tight on budget, you could try allocating your existing team members to oversee the marketing plan, and then you outsource the execution part to a third party. What I mean is your resource can plan, do the branding, messaging, and then outsource the email design, copywriting, and ad creation work to a third party. That way, you have someone internal giving you more time, focusing on building and growing your business. And now you may actually be able to get some great people to help you out at an affordable price, since some of them will be looking for freelance, casual work, or project-based work. So here's one exercise to help you get a better picture of your data. Try to do a digital funnel analysis. A good place to start is to just look at your website visitors and work out the conversion rate. For example, your visitor to lead to opportunities to customers, etc. When you're tracking these things, you can reverse engineer to identify how many visitors and leads you will need each month to help grow your pipeline. Step 5, do something different in your lead follow-up process. Here are a few small things that you can try. Obviously, try to leave a good first impression. Consider adding video to your email or LinkedIn. Actually, my counterpart in Germany showed me this tool recently. There's software that can let you put video into your Outlook and LinkedIn, and you can track it. This may help you get more responses from your potential buyers. And the next point relates back to what I just said. Try not to email your proposal. Always try to set up a meeting or send it through video. And the last point is obvious, but surprisingly, not all business owners keep track of this. Do you have a system to follow up with leads that asks you to contact them at a future date? Try add reminders into your CRM or simply use Outlook, spreadsheets, whatever that's easy for you. Great, we are now at the third part of the presentation, which I think is the best part. Quick campaign ideas that you can launch right away. So I've put together 4 easy ideas that you can try. First idea, the 30 thread spotting sheets. These one-pagers highlight the most common threads we have seen in emails. You can share these PDFs with your current customer and prospect to educate them about the top email thread types, including the risk and impact on businesses. So how do you use it? You can try to include them in your email campaigns, maybe send one out every week or share them on your social media platforms. If you do share one every week, you will have enough content for the next 30 weeks. How great is that? Second, pop this behind a form field on your website. For example, fill in your details to receive the 13 email threads awareness kit. You can use this as part of your lead gen activity. And finally, print them up, post it to your clients or bring them to your next meeting, put all this PDF in their lunchroom. Second idea, 5 tips for spotting a phishing email. So what you see here is a rebrandable content, and you can use it for your current clients and potential buyers. How do you use it? Obviously, add your own logo. And similar to the previous idea, you can consider splitting the 5 tips and share 1 tip once a week. through your email campaigns or social media, or you could turn this into a blog post and obviously add your own spin to it. And again, you can use this as a gated content for your website. And you can, so we've got two files for you. One is a Word document and the other is a PDF. You can either do a screenshot or I will include this link in the follow-up email. Third, email thread scanner. I can see that some of you already ran this scan before, which is awesome. This is a great tool to highlight where protection has been lacking in your customer's environment. You might see that 4 million spear phishing attacks have been identified so far. However, the recent figures, I believe, are up to 11.3 million. If you have your client's Office 365 administration account, you can run this scan for free and for unlimited times. This tool is free for any MSP, no matter if you're a current customer or not. So how to use it? You could run an email campaign to your current customer, and your call to action would be contact us to get your latest email threats reports, or simply run the scan and give your customer a call, especially for those who haven't bought something from you for a while. Use this as an opportunity to start the conversation about a layered approach to the email security. Again, here's a link to the scan. Fourth, legacy system and outdated equipment emailer. You can send this to your customer and prospect. And this emailer is only available to your current customer. You can find it in the partner portal under marketing campaigns and promotions. We've updated some content end of last year. So if you haven't logged into the portal for a while, please check it out. So how to use it? Well, send an email campaign. And for this template, we've actually got 2 different email versions. Or you could adapt the messaging and turn it into a direct message on LinkedIn, or you can pop it on social media as well. Before I take your question, just want to share some resources available at Broker.MSP to help you get started. So how can we help? For our current partners, we've got the Partner Toolkit and Broker.MSP Insider, which is an exclusive community where you can give feedback, connect with your peers, earn points, and redeem rewards. And the Barracuda Campus, where you can get training and certifications on our products. If you're not a partner, we've got a range of resources for you as well. Barracuda MSP resources, where you can access ebooks and white papers. And we have Smarter MSP, which gives you industry trends and peer insights. So subscribe to that. csi.barracuda.com, which is a threat intelligence network. It shows you the advanced threats in the last 24 hours. And we've got some complimentary resources at Barracuda Campus for you. So do check it out. And if you want to get an update in the world of MSP marketing, I'm starting this new monthly newsletter where I will share any interesting tips that I learned or articles that may be relevant to you. I will also try to come up with some easy campaign ideas that you can run each month. And if we have any new localized rebrandable assets, I'll keep you posted in there as well. If you want to sign up, simply type sign me up in the Q&A box and I'll add you to the list. I'll also email you the sign up link and all the other resources mentioned in this presentation. So I've got some homework for you. There are 3 items. First, who are your 3 biggest competitors? Find out what they're doing and not doing. Second, pick 1 or 2 tips that I mentioned in this slide and try doing it this month. Third, choose a campaign and send it out this week. I've already done the groundwork for you and show you 4 campaign ideas. There is really no excuse for you not to do it. Before I wrap this up, here are a few key takeaways. First, if in doubt, just send it. Remember, you have very little opportunity to influence your buyer's decision. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to look perfect. Be consistent. Stick to a format. If you send 2 emails to your prospect each month, they'll get used to seeing your brand. You don't have to do it yourselves. Try get customer to market for you. You can offer incentives to your customers for leaving reviews about your company. And you can always bring in the professionals. As I mentioned before, you can start off by outsourcing some of the work to an agency. When you can bring in an internal resource, you can get that person to do all the planning and then outsource the execution work to the agency. Remember, to be effective and achieve business growth, you need to believe in marketing as a long-term growth strategy that fully integrates with your sales team. And lastly, don't do better marketing, do it differently. And here is my final thought for today. As Google says, marketers have to be there, be useful, and be quick. So it is your time to take charge, start making small changes to help getting your market share. Thank you. Any questions? As promised, I will put back my video on. Let's see if that works. Okay, I am back. So if you have any question, use the Q&A panel and submit them. And so let me just pop this open. So we do have several questions. So thank you guys for your question. Let's go through them now. Question number 1, where are the links to the articles for reading? Okay, so sorry I didn't include the actual URL, so I will include them in the follow-up email after the webinar, so stay tuned for that. Next question, I want to do an email security webinar to my customer. How do I go about involving your sales engineer? So if you are our current partners, just send me an email and I'll just discuss with my team and organize a suitable time for everyone. If that makes sense, we'll do it. And next question, what is the software that can add video to LinkedIn email? So from the 2 screenshots that I showed you earlier, one of them is dubb.com. So check it out. And I believe there are other vendors that do similar things. And next question, can you help us rebrand the SS? So again, if you're a current customer, if it is just like rebranding a simple PDF, we are always happy to help. Again, if it makes sense, we will jump in to help you to make your life easier. And next question, do you offer MDF? The simple answer is no, but we do have a plan to offer MDF in the coming future. And what's the time? Okay, so there's still a few more questions in the queue. So what I'm going to do is stop the video and stay online for a few more minutes to finish answering your questions. And for those who have no more questions, feel free to jump up. But before you go, please take a moment to finish your survey. It should appear on your browser when you close the webinar. And just want to share our contact detail. So if you have any questions about what I've discussed today and about our products, what we do, our contacts are on the screen. So once again, thank you so much for joining. I hope you learned something new and see you next time. Great, so I'll be staying online for another couple of minutes. So if you have any more questions, please continue to submit them into the queue. And great, bye.